Ravens fan, have you ever imagined what it must feel like to watch your team fight in the playoffs, knowing you can't help them? That's exactly what happened to Zay Flowers, and he didn't hold back when revealing how it felt to watch from the sidelines. He opened up about the pain of being away from the field and how much it impacted him. But could his absence have been the missing piece for the team? And what does he promise for the future? Stick around, because I'm going to share everything he said, and trust me, you won't want to miss a single detail. Go Ravens! Imagine being sidelined during the most crucial part of the season, unable to help your team. That's what happened to Zay Flowers. After a standout regular season where he shined on the field, the worst-case scenario hit, a knee injury during the season finale against the Browns. For the first time in his career, Zay missed a game due to injury, and it happened at the worst possible time, the playoffs, when the team needed him most. For such a dedicated and competitive player, being on the outside looking in was nothing short of torture. Flowers confessed he was dying inside as he watched his teammates fight on the field, unable to contribute. He wanted to be out there with them, facing every play, every challenge, and every decisive moment. He sees himself as an integral part of the team's success, so sitting out during the playoffs felt like he'd been torn away from what he loves most. This painful experience has only fueled his determination to be present in every big moment moving forward. Even though the injury wasn't as severe as it initially appeared, missing the team's most critical games deeply affected. Flowers knew that if the Ravens advanced further, there was a slim chance he could return, but that opportunity never came. Now, Zay has to turn that frustration into fuel for growth. He's already proven he has the resilience to overcome challenges, and missing the playoffs is just another hurdle that will push him to come back strong. And this isn't the first time Flowers has faced adversity. The painful memory of last year's AFC Championship loss to the Chiefs is still fresh, and he used that moment as a catalyst for improvement. Zay Flowers' absence in the playoffs was deeply felt in the Ravens' loss to the Bills. The team fought hard in the divisional round, but they lacked the spark that Flowers brings to the offense. He's the kind of player who can change the course of a game with an explosive play, whether it's gaining crucial yards or throwing the opposing defense off balance. While no one can say for sure if his presence would have changed the outcome, it's hard not to imagine the impact he could have made. Every reception of his brings energy to the team, and that energy was sorely missed. Flowers admitted that if the Ravens had advanced to the AFC Championship, he might have been able to return, even at less than 100%. That only adds to the sting of not making it past the Bills. The loss left that bitter what-if feeling, especially because the connection between Flowers and the quarterback was one of the team's strongest assets during the regular season. He could have been the X factor, creating opportunities in crucial moments against the Bills' defense. For a player as competitive as Zay, watching the team lose without being able to contribute was a crushing experience. He understands that playoff games are decided by the smallest details, and his absence could have been one of those factors. This experience has only deepened his resolve to be there when it matters most, and it's clear that Flowers will carry this lesson into the next season. And this wasn't the first time he's had to endure such frustration. The AFC Championship loss to the Chiefs last year is still a painful memory. This year's absence brought back a bitter memory for Zay Flowers. Last season's AFC Championship game against the Chiefs. In that game, he made one of the most difficult mistakes of his career. Early in the fourth quarter, with the Ravens desperately needing a comeback, Zay fumbled the ball in the end zone, handing possession to the Chiefs. It was a game-changing error that ultimately sealed the Ravens' elimination. For a player as dedicated as Zay, it felt like carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. But Zay isn't the type to stay down for long. Instead of shying away, he used that moment as motivation to work even harder. Throughout the offseason, he turned his frustration into determination, training relentlessly to leave that mistake in the past. The result? A brilliant regular season in his second year, proving he had learned from his errors and was ready to do whatever it took to help his team. Now, with no chance to seek redemption in this year's playoffs, the pain of not being on the field feels even sharper. Zay wanted another shot at the Chiefs, another chance to prove he could shine under pressure, but he was forced to watch from the sidelines. This sense of unfinished business will drive him through the offseason, pushing him to rewrite his story next. His growth in his second season already shows he's capable of great things, and he's more determined than ever to make a lasting impact. All right, we've covered a lot, but before we go further, I noticed you haven't liked this video yet. Supporting the channel with a like is completely free, and it helps ensure that YouTube keeps showing you Ravens content like this. So go ahead and hit that like button. It means a lot. Let's keep going. Despite the challenges in the playoffs, Zay Flowers had an incredible second year in the NFL. He demonstrated how much he has matured as a player, becoming a key piece in the Ravens' offense. With 74 receptions, over 1,000 yards, and 4 touchdowns, he was one of the team's standout performers, always ready to make crucial plays. His hard work during the offseason was evident, and his connection with the quarterback became one of the team's highlights, elevating Zay to a new level as a wide receiver. What stood out most was the consistency he brought throughout the year. Flowers was that player who delivered high-level performances every week, even against tough defenses and heavy coverage. His ability to move quickly and outsmart defenders made him a nightmare for opponents. He showcased not only talent but also a strong mentality, something the mistake in last year's AFC final helped shape. It felt like every game was a testament to his willingness to overcome any challenge. This growth has created massive expectations for Flowers' future with the Ravens. Even with the frustration of missing out on the playoffs, he made it clear that this is just the beginning. Every reception, every run, and every touchdown tells a story of determination and growth. And it's precisely that spirit he'll carry into the next season, where this year's playoff absence will fuel his motivation. Zay Flowers doesn't want the feeling of missing the playoffs to happen again. He made it clear that being available for every game, especially the crucial ones, is what matters most to him. The frustration of not being able to help his teammates in such a critical moment has now turned into a new source of motivation. He wants to be that player who steps up when the team needs him most. And, judging by his work ethic, that's exactly what's going to happen. In addition to focusing on improving his physical and technical skills, Zay knows that next year will be another opportunity to showcase everything he has learned in his first 2 seasons. He has already overcome past mistakes, and now, overcoming this year's playoff absence will be another obstacle to conquer. More than ever, Flowers wants to lead the Ravens' offense to greater heights and help the team achieve more than it has in recent seasons. He knows he has the talent and mentality to do so. With the support of his coach and teammates, Zay is poised to come back even stronger and more determined. He has already proven he's the kind of player who learns from mistakes and grows through challenges. What happened this year only reinforces that he's on the right path to becoming one of the Ravens' greats. And with his talent, fans can expect exciting moments ahead as Zay Flowers is ready to shine even brighter. Zay Flowers has made it clear how painful it was for him to miss the playoffs and watch the team from afar, unable to help. He has shown that this difficult moment will serve as motivation for the next season, and his promise of an even more focused future only raises the expectations for what's to come. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Flowers' absence was the biggest factor in the playoffs? Or were there other key issues for the team? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on everything about the Ravens.